Well, let's speak to the play drives now. So, was there an expectation of coach that you needed to fix something? Was there, we have a lot of data, GPS driven strength and conditioning program. Was there now we need to hone this data and approach? So, what was the introduction to the play drives to now implement and live here? Because today was day one, and it ran very well for a day one, introducing this to guys for the first time.
So the way that our play drives were introduced was the first. It was the first time that we had done it this way, as far as the guys getting signaled in with our play drives. I think one of the neatest parts about our play drives is we're forcing the guys to communicate with each other, and that it wasn't supposed to look good right away. And there are some growing pains with it being chaotic in the beginning, but our guys, as we've done this throughout the off season, they've really gotten a lot out of it as far as understanding how applicable it is to the game itself. And then as far as the yardage goes and the accels and the decels and the total yardage, Reese does a fantastic job with that as far as letting us know how much we need left for that week with our high-speed yardage, with our total yardage. So our play drives are geared towards that as far as how much we do. This was the first time that we had set specific distances for our bigs, for our mids, for our skills. In the last 7 weeks, we had all been doing the same distances to make sure that we were communicating effectively, that we had a great understanding, and just to build sheer volume. But now we've had an opportunity to transition it to get more specific with it, and to add another level of communication. I think one of the biggest things that we wanted to focus on was to have a disciplined team this year. And that was a lot of the drive to a lot of the why of how we've done things in the weight room and out on the field, was to program discipline. Coach K said that to me in the beginning, and we talked about that during the season, this past season, about how we can program discipline. I really believe that we are doing that.
Yeah, I like the tool. So, Coach K, walk us through how you introduced it to the team. So if our football coaches at home are trying to visualize in an effort to put in this disciplined style of volume database conditioning, I don't know what to call it.
It's pretty good.
What would the walkthrough, write that down, what would the walkthrough that you introduced to the players that they were able to pick it up and run with it, pun intended?
Hey, that was a good one. So early on, like you said, we got our volume in, and when we started, everyone does play drives, everybody does team 40s, and so how can we take that and move it forward that works best for us? So I don't live in a box. I think I do better if I'm kind of creative. I don't roll with bullet points or anything. Vogel will print me a card, I don't look at it. I understand what I need to do. I understand what the guys need, and I roll with it. And that's, like I said, I've got a long list of things that don't work. I knew to set our guys up for success for the season that we needed to start introducing a lot of this where they have to communicate to each other. So we'll say what yard line that you start on, and we'll tell them where they're going, which way are we turning, and we'll tell one person, and that person has to communicate it, because we hear echo the call, and I hear that all the time on the sidelines or whether we're on the field. And our defensive coordinator, Jess Lepp, who does a great job with our guys, is a high-level communicator. So how can we start be synergistic with our football coaching staff and set these guys up for success, so when spring ball, when camp, when season starts, they've gone through those reps? Because communication is key in anything that you do, in any type of relationship or connection. And so we'll microdose that in. That's a cool word, isn't it? Thank you. By just telling one guy and then letting them echo the call. And then now today we started signaling it in with the same terminology and the same numbering system for offense, where they have to look at a wristband, and then one person from the skill group, one person from the mids, and one person from the big skill group will tell their group individually what they're running. And each one of those distances are different. So our 100 series is just one turn. It's down and back. So for example, the mids will run 15 and back. The skill will run 20 and back, and our big guys would run 10 and back. So that's the variations of distance. And like the 200 series is 2 turns. The 300 series is 3 turns. And so it makes them think and it makes them turn their brains on, but it also makes sense to them, so they're willing to want to execute it. And so we signal it in for defense. We'll give them a solo call with a color. They read the wristband and communicate it to their group. It's a really neat setup for us. It works for us. We know it's going to be beneficial for them. It's going to be easier for our football coaches too, because on game days, we're on the sideline. We're just signaling stuff in. We're saying, hey, get back.
Yeah.
Hey, punt team is good. I mean, we can't be on the field with them and
Keep 'em
cueing
back, coach.
Yeah, we want a self-discipline team.
Yeah.
Not a discipline team. A discipline team means they're going to do it when we say it. A self-discipline team is going to be self-led. That's Saturdays for you in college football. We want them to go communicate with their teammates at a high level and be calm in the chaos. You saw at the very beginning, things started getting a little crazy, and we had a few guys step up like, calm down, communicate, slow down, get the call. That's what we're looking for, that type of communication.
And then to also provide some context, the defense goes on a ball,
Correct.
and then offense goes on
The snap count.
led by the quarterback.
Sure. So it could be like, just the first sound was one cadence today, and then our normal cadence. And then we'll introduce later on into the summer, Tuesday, whatever the call may be for the snap.
We don't want to give it away.